When you were a kid, you had dreams. Maybe you wanted to be a professional baseball player, a circus ringmaster, or you had plans to invent something awesome. As you get older, your interests and skills change, and you discover new career paths. Brea Olinda Unified, our business partners and alumni are here to support you every step of the way in your journey to career satisfaction. Together, we present The Day in the Life of, a series where we bring you working professionals in our community from fields and careers you're familiar with, and some that may be totally new to you. Check out this episode of A Day in the Life of.
Hi, my name's Natalie DePorto, and I am the district nurse for Brea Olinda Schools. I am a registered nurse. I have a master's in pediatric nurse practitioner, and I have a postgraduate school nurse credential. I knew I wanted to be a nurse from the time I was in high school. I worked part-time after school at a doctor's office filing and answering phones, and I was very interested in all the medical jargon that was going on. I was really interested. I always watched medical shows, and so I was one of those rare people that knew exactly what I wanted to do when I graduated. So I went straight into a 4-year Bachelor's of Science nursing program, and I became a nurse. And I worked 17 years as a pediatric intensive care nurse. I had the sickest of the sick kids that I took care of in the pediatric ICU. I took time off work and I got my master's degree, and I became a nurse practitioner, and I worked at a doctor's office seeing patients with asthma. I was like a physician's assistant, nurse practitioner, and I worked that way. And then I took some time off work, and then came back as a school nurse, which I never thought I would do. And the funny story is I just took the job because my kids were in school and busy, but I wanted to get back into my career. So I took it thinking it was going to be really easy, that I was just going to be handing out Band-Aids, because what does a nurse do at the schools, right? I couldn't have been more wrong. There's so many things that I do in the background that you guys probably don't realize, and I love it. I found out I loved it, and I feel like my advanced degree as a master's prepared nurse prepared me for the professional skills that I needed to manage a team. I have 8 health clerks that work at each school. I'm in charge of making sure they do the right thing, that they follow the protocols, and that they can handle emergencies. I'm the one that does their training. I oversee our vaccination program for the district. I do any kind of health program, screenings, hearing and vision. I help any kid with a health issue access their education, and that we as a school have to take help with their health issue, whether it's doing a procedure or creating a health plan, talking to the teachers and letting the teachers know how their health issues affecting their education. So I coordinate care. I also link families and students with resources in the community in case they need food or they don't have access to health care. I do a lot of that behind the scenes. I do a lot of different things. I do district meetings. I'm in the safety committee and some other committees at the district level. I'm rarely, as much as I love the students, I wish I could be there every day at one school seeing all the kids at one school, but I don't. I'm all over the place at 8 schools, whatever needs to be done, and I make sure the health clerks are there. And I'm available as any time for any of you, though, whoever wants to make an appointment with me. I love helping the students. It's my favorite part of my day when I get a chance to do that. But I'm very professionally busy with so many things at the district level. But I can tell you, I enjoyed my years as a bedside nurse, and I miss a lot of the quick pace, the adrenaline, the saving someone's life, doing CPR, all that. I was involved in all that, and it's only one type of nursing, so it is exciting. It is not the same every day. It's super busy. You have 5 people, 5 different types of doctors, and your manager telling you to do these orders for one very, very sick patient on 7 drips on 3 machines, and you're just constantly taking care, adjusting things, watching out for changes, alerting the doctor when they need to change something. You're the eyes and ears for the doctor. The doctor doesn't sit there watching the patient. You do as the ICU nurse. So I was really, I liked that. It was very rewarding. Some of the challenges in that type of nursing are sometimes there's not enough staffing, so you're helping each other, running really tired. It's long hours. They're 12-hour shifts. You usually don't work a whole week. You usually work like 3 days. You have to work, people get sick on Christmas, people get sick on Thanksgiving and New Year's, so you work the holidays as a nurse if you're going to be at the bedside. And it's tiring. Like I said, there are some days you don't get lunch. I mean, you don't get to sit down and have lunch. You're just so busy taking care of patients. But it's rewarding if you like the fast pace, and you like that. It's a good way. We need them. We need nurses at the bedside. But again, that's not the only kind of nursing. There's even new types of nursing that I'm just finding out now. I found out there's forensic nursing, where you go into medical examiner and you help find out the cause of death with the medical examiner. There's nurse anesthetist, who provide the anesthesia and monitoring during surgeries, just like an anesthesiologist. There's nurse midwives that deliver babies without an OB doctor there. They're licensed to deliver babies. There's home health nurses, public health nurses, kidney dialysis nurses, administrative business nurses that are like the manager of units or departments or director of hospitals. There's those kind of nurses that are very business related, do budgets and staffing and make changes in the hospital. Those kind are or even like a medical group. They run an office. There's those kind of nurses. There's so many different kinds of nursing. So nursing is a career that has a very easy ability to adapt and change to what you need in your life. So like I needed to different hours in the hospital after I had 2 kids. I was able to work in the doctor's office and do different lighter hours. Now that I'm a school nurse, I'm available. When my kids were little, I was able to be with them after school, during the spring break, all those things. So there's many different ways nursing can fit your lifestyle and change with you as you change and grow. There's many different paths to becoming a nurse. You can become a nurse many different ways. The ultimate is to get a registered nursing license from the state of California, but there's many paths to get there. And then you can also get a bachelor's degree with that, which is really helpful if you want to move on in your career and become more of a professional and want to supervise people or be in charge of things. Then you kind of need to get your bachelor's degree. If you want to be school nursing, public health nursing, home health nursing, anything higher than a bedside nurse, you pretty much need a bachelor's degree. And even bedside nurses are competing for the jobs. The nurses with the bachelor's degree are probably going to be taken first over the ones that just have a associate degree. But there's many ways to get there. So if you're not ready to go straight into a bachelor 4-year program for a bachelor's of science with nursing, you can also enter through a junior college, and you can start out getting a 2-year licensed vocational nurse degree, which is called a LVN, and they just do procedures and care for patients, giving whatever needs to be done. If they're in a rehab facility, in a retirement home, in the doctor's offices doing procedures, they're pretty much locked into doing procedures and caring for people at the bedside. That's what a vocational nurse is. And they work under the supervision of a registered nurse at all times. They're never autonomous. The next level is you can go to junior college and get your associate degree nursing and sit for the state licensed registered nurse exam. And you're considered a nurse. You're a full-fledged registered nurse. You just don't have a bachelor's degree. And you work in the hospital. You can work in the hospitals and work in the doctor's offices. But if you want to promote or be able to change how you're going to be doing nursing, you probably need to look into getting a bachelor's degree. And you can do that. If you get your associate degree nursing, You can take online courses. There's a lot of ways to bridge the gap into getting a BSN later if you don't go directly into it. You can always get your bachelor's degree. There's many different ways that they make it easy for working nurses to go back and get their bachelor's degree if they didn't get it when they first started out. Obviously, I recommend getting your bachelor's. That's the way that I went, but not everybody's ready for that. Not everybody is there academically. They don't have their classes and grades in order yet to do that. So that it's nice that there's other ways to get there. And so look into those ways if you're worried that you're not qualified enough or you think your academic background isn't strong enough. There's many ways to get there, and you can see your counselor, or you can even come talk to me, make an appointment with me. I love to talk to students about nursing and my experience with it. So look into the different ways to becoming a nurse. Again, some of the most rewarding experiences I've had as being a nurse is saving someone's life in the hospital. I mean, the adrenaline and the ability to tell a family that their loved ones is okay and it's going to be okay is and with pediatric ICU that happened more times than so it was really, really rewarding. Being there during a family's crisis and being a comfort to them in whatever way that I could, making it the hardest time in their life a little bit easier, making when patients were going to pass away, making it a special moment for the family and being part of that is beyond words. What I got, being in the schools as a school nurse, the rewards are helping link students with something they need that they didn't know that they could get. I could link them with food, with a student telling me they need something and they're embarrassed and don't want it, and I help them find the way to get help. Whether I have the resource myself or I can give the family the information of where to go is really rewarding. Helping students with health issues really just thrive in the educational setting because of whatever accommodations and health plans that we created to help them access their education. It's just wonderful to see all kids with all different abilities and different health issues fully participate in education. It's really rewarding to me, and it's one of the things I like about being a school nurse. Definitely not giving out. I love giving out Band-Aids. I love giving some TLC when someone gets hurt, but that is not all I do all day. I do so many things, and it's exciting and not the same every day. So I love nursing. I want as many people to become nurses. We need new young people coming into the healthcare workforce. I want to give a shout out to our frontline nurses right now our healthcare providers working at the hospital on the front lines for COVID-19 coronavirus. They're our heroes right now. And I'm not out there on the front lines helping right now, but I certainly am rooting for them and thankful for them, as you should be. And I think of nursing as a career. There's no more rewarding career. Thank you.